and he was nothing, honestly, charcoal. He said his hands frozen up. He had nothing left but his eyeballs. His ears were gone, his nose was gone, everything was gone.
You can add a background on that.
Like I just did? Yeah, you're lagging. See? Alright. There's only so much Big Destroyer that I'm going to force other people to enjoy. Have some fantasy music. Points to whoever the first person is who recognizes this. The new bots being the ones that attack people mercilessly?
Yeah, those are the ones.
Are they shelved? Or
no, they're actually submitted. I just need to build them in beta.
You have to, so you need to integrate that. Is there a switch to turn them between brutal and not brutal?
I can save the whole binary.
Okay, so there's not like
I can't do it while they're running.
Okay, let's do it. Well, no, I mean, you know, like the command line switch to just... Okay, so if you didn't hear that, Tim coded up some special bots that are much more competitive. Much more competitive.
They're cheaters.
So, I think we're going to start swapping out the start swapping out the bots on Wormling for those, because Tim wants people to suffer. Everyone's just dancing around me. I'm not even playing. I'm just talking about code with coders. And it's always tough to hear the levels on the music. Better? So Grumman, if you got in, you're fine. It's the like I am stuck here forever kind of scene, like halfway through the world. Rob will do that too. Rob has a degree in AI, so. He will program a bot that will beat you in chess, because that's what academic AI does.
But do you know chess? You play chess?
Yeah, that's the beauty. No, that's the whole point of it. That's the whole, like, the academic AI purpose is. Turn this around. The whole idea behind academic AI is that you don't. It's not actually about the person programming it being smart enough to solve the problem himself. It's I'm going to write an algorithm that figures out the solution.
Answers that are pretty
Yeah, I'm not sure if like people on the stream can actually hear you from there.
What ideas don't work? What ideas haven't worked? What's the most probable outcome if I do this? Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Lots and lots of heuristics.
You should do that. It's time for you to program bots.
Yeah, when I have free time. You know, that was actually doing it.
Oh, free time.
Okay, Mr. A Pancake, this is not an epic beard.
Oh.
Brian. To quote Crocodile Dundee, that's not a beard. That's a beard. Brian just needs to be about 3 feet shorter, and then he will be our diverger. Brian, you're still too tall. Alright, now you're good. So, my beard was closer to, this is about under a year because I chopped it off halfway through and started over. But we don't know how long Brian's been growing his beard. He didn't have a beard when I first met him at GDC wearing his Meridian 59 shirt about, 10 years ago? Maybe 11? He had a beard on top of his head. Somehow it just migrated south since then. Show the world. Show the world, JB.
Monitor that I get all the time. This just lovely screen here called I Hate You.
I blame JB's blinky light keyboard for making his computer blue screen all the time, because he's running exactly the same software as all the rest of us, and he's running, this is his second computer that we've given him, that they've both had the exact same problem. The one thing that hasn't changed, that both computers had in common, was his special keyboard with rainbow disco blinky lights. So I don't have a lot of sympathy for him. He has a rainbow disco keyboard.
I proved it wasn't a keyboard because I put on a crappy Microsoft keyboard and I got the blue screen.
Jimmy, I did this yesterday. It's blinky keyboard tape. Do you want to try a different SSD?
I might need to switch out my SSDs.
Reinstall everything.
The bigger ones.
Well, you have those two.
Well, because I had the 256 which I transferred over because that's what Perforce is on.
Let me look for the 500.
So probably one of the. I don't want to switch it right now.
No, I know, but I want to make sure it's in your hands. It's going
Yeah.
to go to Microsoft eventually here. So.
No, but I probably should just copy over all the data that's on the Perforce directory. Because it might be that SSD.
Actually, hey Tyler.
Oh, for the extra SSD.
So if we are shopping for SSDs, I could really use a larger one myself, because for Seth builds, that takes up a ton of space. That basically,
What do you have at 256?
yeah, I got a
Yeah,
or
we'll get
240.
We'll get it. We'll get it.
Something for
Well,
that.
500 should be enough, right?
No, it's bigger.
Really?
As big as you can get them.
I don't know.
Terabyte SSD? That's going to be expensive.
The Samsung 850 Evos are down to like 300 now.
Oh, that's
terabytes,
reasonable.
so
Okay.
that might actually be worth getting.
Is your motherboard have an M2 slot on it?
I'll put one 500 SSD in there.
It's faster.
Apparently we met our stretch goal.
Okay, so you're telling me.
Well, yeah, because I needed it for
I'm over here looking for it.
the last. Yeah.
So,
Yep.
the less going to.
We met our stretch goal.
I had a
Well,
1
no,
terabyte.
sure, but you've got the brand new one. That you've put everything on and you're still getting all that.
The 2 additional SSDs that had all of the extra data. Here's the progress system.
So you think they might be
That's not like that.
Yeah, so do you want me to get you just a new SSD?
If not more, I can throw one.
Yeah, we got way.
I'll see if that helps.
They're saying somebody bought a $10,000 too.
What?
Wait, what?
We got a stretch goal. We got a stretch goal right now.
Yes.
Right now.
Wait,
It's
wait,
like over by something.
look, wait, no, wait.
Really? Really?
Tyler's like, wait, now.
Wait, what? No, I gotta go check the page myself.
The numbers here. Because well, PayPal may have gotten money into it that wasn't actually pledged.
Wow.
Woo!
Charles may have changed.
It's the beards. The beards bring the money. Obviously.
Mark?
I think boobs are sexier than beards.
Why?
We just flew past the stretch goal.
We did?
Or 7,000.
Oh,
Assuming something didn't go weird with the website.
Well,
no, somebody must have made a mistake.
it might be a website error with Charles is working on things, so.
Yeah.
That's what
I get just shot up by 10 grand.
Yeah.
Or
It's
I think
unlikely
Charles
that-
made a mistake. Let me check, I'll see if there's anything on PayPal.
balances on PayPal.
It's a mistake. I'm looking at PayPal right now, I don't have it. I think
Yeah.
Charles-
stretch goal is not actually officially hit, I think.
No,
Sorry. We have to find Charles. Charles,
He's on Twitch.
are you there, Charles?
the only way we would have got up 10,000 is if somebody wanted a way up here, and I don't have that showing up yet.
Maybe. Someone said something in Twitch chat about island packages.
I think he's joking.
No.
No,
I
you're
think-
right. It
yeah.
was a refund. The guys tell them, hey,
No, the guy said he just bought 2 islands.
nobody bought one.
Yeah, I know. He's joking.
Yeah. Andrew, what happened was that we had. What happened is, as I was telling people on the forums, we had an island tier who wants a refund, so somebody picked it up and the refund hasn't been given yet, so that's what happened. So
Okay.
it should be back to where it was right before the stretch goal, right before the next stretch goal.
So there you have it, right from Mark. It is in fact a glitch, and now the glitch has fixed itself. So we are, but we are 2,600 and some change away. So tell your friends. Yes, server is up. Please log in. Please try and hurt the server. Because we think we've found and fixed the big gray login bug. We think, but we need people to get on here to try and make it happen again.
It will take a minute because I have to find it. Okay, the killer bots are in the game, and Tyler is working on removing the fort so they can actually get out into the world.
Oops.
Removing the what?
The
Forts.
Right now, they're all stuck in the spawn point.
Okay.
Release the habits.
So, if you didn't hear from Corey, the incredibly vicious new bots are incoming, and Tyler is rearranging some geometry so that they can actually escape from the forts and do all horrible things to people. So, we are hoping that everything's going to go great today. Everything is going, and there will be no gray world on login bugs or anything like that.
Are you saying everything is awesome? Is everything better when you're part of a team?
Yes.
30 degree more.
So, just wanted to Mr. VPR555 for recognizing and summoning, because they're some of my main code music a lot of days. It's just very, that mix between metal and epic fantasy and really just sort of trance-like ambient stuff. I liked it. Let's see. I do not see a... Do I see a glitch when Grimrick toggles his torch? I don't. I see the torch go on, and the torch go off, and the torch go on, and the torch go off, but... you are probably seeing a flicker, like a double on and off thing going on. And that is a bug that is currently fixed on IT. So hatchery people should not see that like double flicker when you turn the torch on and off. And everything will be awesome. Everything will be awesome once it fully gets pushed through. So that was that was our fault as developers, because that bug's always been there. But we host our servers in Amazon. Amazon's one of their main data centers is here in Virginia, approximately 8 miles away from here. So we had such low latency to our server that even though we were seeing the flicker too, it was so incredibly fast that we just didn't even notice it sometimes. Well, I sort of noticed it. I was like, that seems flickery, but I mean, you can see how not flickery that is, but if you're staring hard, it is. And the higher your lag gets, the the longer the flicker goes. So, yeah, we're just having a good Friday here, because the problems that we thought we we're going to be trying to like herd mass tests in to like isolate. We just got lucky, and it was literally a 1 in a billion bug. Like literally, 2 to the 30th, a little over 1 billion. It was in the probability encoder, and so I can actually tell you exactly the probability of it. And there was this tiny chance that if you put exactly the wrong data into a packet, you would get the entire server would just, that particular port would stall out for everyone else after that.
You should be able to drop them in. I haven't pulled the Arthurian one yet, but I will in just a moment.
No, it really was luck. Someone saying it's not luck, you're just that good. No, it was luck. We just, because we'd spent days trying to get this, and it just finally happened in exactly the right way. We added more and more logging, and Corey had done great heroics of installing Visual Studio on all of our proxies so that we could, trace it, so that we could trace into the bug if it happened again. And yeah, we just finally got lucky after a week. So sometimes luck really does matter. Oh, I'm starting to hurt my eyes. How much shimmer there is on the shadows. I don't know why it's bothering me so much today. I'm going to do something about it. Really. Let's see. This is me live coding a bug that was not scheduled to be fixed at all, but sometimes you just have to do these things. So I'm going to hide this, get back to my actual code, opening up the renderer.
Shimmery shadows.
Sick of, yeah, I'm sick of them.
Wow. Tyler just had a little bit of a moment.
No, Tyler and I had a moment together.
Is he gonna add the voice?
So Tyler's normally the one who throws a fit anytime I, try and fix a bug that's not scheduled to be fixed because Jira. Actually, let me pull this down. There. And just to make things interesting.
So Corey, drop the bots.
Is Corey ready for more big
I was
bats?
just finishing up building abilities for the bots.
Excuses.
So we have 82 real players in right now, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Good job.
Do you have to restart the server?
Do you just add some?
I did.
Huh?
Okay.
Do we have to restart if you remove the stuff, or does it?
No, those are the live update stuff.
You know, when you
move
Yeah.
save.
As long as, although this is on Wormlane, so we had to push it.
Oh, yeah, then they're not going to be moved.
Oh, you didn't. Okay. I thought.
Do I have to go to Wormlane and then I can do
Yes.
it?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
That was what I told you to do, so that you didn't have to change anything on rolling, so you don't have to change it back.
He doesn't even know what day it is usually. Isn't it Thursday?
Okay. Are you guys hearing this? Just the madness. This is what it turns into at 5 o'clock on a Friday.
Oh, it is Friday.
Yeah, it's been a long week.
Yeah, I got up this morning. And it's like,
I have to remind people of that to, hey, go home, don't burn yourself out, because burnout does happen. Bull's forgotten what day it is. Okay, so back to the world of actual code. So in here in the renderer, first thing I'm going to do is, the way the world is that the light is constantly slowly moving through the sky.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is...
Change it when the world editor is open.
Don't change it.
You have to change it before you get into the world editor.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to change it so that,
And open the world editor.
while the sun might actually move through the sky, the direction of the light is going to hang out hang out at one angle until things have moved just a little, until things have moved maybe 5 degrees through the sky or something, and then it'll quickly go whoop, like that. So instead of this slow, constant motion that will make the shadows shimmer, it'll be fixed happily in place, and a little bit of move, nice stable for a while, little bit of move like that. So you might have seen this in other games. Stands out really prominently in Skyrim. So I worked on that game. I did not actually do that, but I'm stealing the idea from it. So Bethesda graphics team, thanks, I learned from you. Anyway, here we are in the set light constants code, which is probably where I want to make this change. Because I don't actually want to change where the sun is. Actually, I'm going to go over to the sky code, make this change on the sky entity, rather than in the renderer itself, so it'll hang out at a higher level. This is the code that decides exactly where everything in the sky is. We actually have a full-on little mini orbital simulation. That's one of my just dream things I always wanted to do in the game, was actually simulate the tilt of the world and do the math so that things would move around. And the game actually has seasons, and the seasons are in sync. So the path the sun takes through the sky and on any given day is actually consistent with what the sunrise and sunset would be for today in the real world calendar in Washington, D.C. We will probably uncouple that to be something else, but I do want the game to have seasons. It'll make me really, really happy. That is definitely one of those long-term stretch goals, though. So, anyway, so here we come in, and I haven't looked at this code in a while, so it'll take me a second to catch up to it. Here's the code that figures out where to place things. So this is, we have the sidereal day phase, which is, if you know your astronomy, that's the actual kind of constant time, as if the Earth only rotated and didn't revolve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it into two things. One of them is going to be fixed for just smooth motion, and we're going to use that for when the actual sprite of the sun moves through the sky. The other one is going to kind of have that jerky motion that I just described to people. See, this is actually a member variable, so go out here, change it around. sidereal day phase jump smooth, and then sidereal day phase jumpy. And actually, on reflection, this is going to make a lot of math really hard, because that's going to propagate through, and we actually, figure out an adjusted longitude for you, and so this was a bad idea. This is live code. This is as live coding gets. So instead, here in our celestial body info, so I'm going to make this so that we can smoothly step the celestial light to track the celestial body. Let's see. This will be our interpolation fraction. So once we decide that the celestial body, or the light, needs to be adjusted to track the real sun, then we'll start an interpolation that will count down. And actually, and this is going to be in game world seconds.
Oh, because it doesn't build. Let me see.
And this will be the interp start direction, because when we start moving it, we'll need to remember where it was, so as we move it to track. And I think that's all I'm going to need here over in my header file. And let's see. Now we go here where we actually set up the light. And we'll time countdown equals otherwise, if we are not, if there's no light, we create one. Otherwise, we leave this alone, but what we're going to do is say, I'm going to determine the error between its current position and the position of where it's supposed to be. So sky position is the actual position in the world, and then so this is going to give me dot product of two vectors is going to give me a cosine. Let's say the error is less than, so if it's more than 45 degrees off, then we are just going to
it doesn't work?
I'm asking, will it work?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Let's find out.
I'm trying to do a copy of forward to lady whatever, and it keeps failing.
So you will.
I don't know why. I'm doing it in the editor. It should just work. It's not doing. It's just not doing it. It's crashing.
So
Hold on a second.
if we are interpolating, then
Hold my beer.
let's see, we'll need a DT coming in here. I'll add that later. And I'll add my build var here.
Alright, I'll try. I was working on some cogs. Maybe the
And we'll say that's probably about 2 seconds. This is a macro that just gives me a variable I can set and tweak from the console or on the command line. All the little parameters like auto connect are things that you get from that.
We're trying to establish
Then error equal, so if we are interpolating, say if interp time countdown
Okay, that's what I was.
is still greater than 0,
I did break it. You should have told me
Then-
something broken. I was looking, I was like, why is it broken? It's not broken. What the?
we would normalize the interpolation from
We just fixed that.
We did.
Now we're actually waiting to see what happens when I leave up the build server with building 10.
With building 10.
the direction we started our interpolation to the current sky position of the sun.
Don't do it. Don't do that.
You know, really don't do that.
I'm
You
not
just
doing
need to
this. Is
push-
me not doing it.
Okay. You just want to update the zone.
Actually, we want to do this the other way around
Yeah.
because we're counting
Manually
down.
push the channel files, and that's it. Just the specific channel files that you need. You want to do that? Not really. You have to find the channel file, how it relates to a resource ID. To know what resource IDs each resource change, which is really not many. It's just going to be the zone, right?
So this will give me a fraction from 0, meaning we are 100% at the old position, to
Or not 3 out of 10. To use the
1.0 when we were at the old position. 0 when we're at the new position, 1 when we're at the old position, and it counts down. And we'll interpolate between them on a little step.
I haven't set it up yet.
Otherwise, you just and here's our last case. If if we had a light and we weren't interpolating, what we want to do is check if we need to start interpolating. So if it's I know 0.707 is roughly 45 degrees. If we're more than 45 degrees off, we just snap the sun to take care of whatever bad thing happened. Otherwise,
So that's the resource.
let's say I pull out my
You edited the zone.
trusty Windows calculator
We just changed what.
and say what is the
So
let's say if it's more than 5 degrees off, then we'll start interpolating, start blending it over. Go sign at 5 degrees,
Single push, single.
that's a pretty close number. So maybe 0.990.
Pretty sure it did. Yeah.
That's a good number. Sometimes there is an art to graphics programming of just knowing what numbers would be good. So this says it's less than 45 degrees off, so we're not going to just snap it over, but it's more than 5 degrees off, so we're just going to start blending it over. And so we say this is where we actually start the timer to move things.
Channel
And I'll just do its thing. And the sort of implied, and if the error is less than 5 degrees, we do nothing. So now just a little bit of cleanup. I go out to the body info and add a DT that I'm going to pass into that function. Go back, find where I'm calling it, and yep, here at the top of the simulation update is my DT, and I'll say just pass that on into there, and at that point we have a compiler because, well, the error is I left that in there. Such is life. So how's things going over in Twitch? And unfortunately I just built the editor instead of the game. So we're going to do this again, and I'm going to harass people over in Twitch while I do. Yeah, well, you know, Slick 3Y, that's, you know, talking through this, sometimes not the best thing, but you get to watch me screw up entertainingly, I hope. Okay, you're gonna laugh really hard at my keyboard. What kind of keyboard am I working on? It is a, this is from when CSE was really, you know, just starting out. It's just a random Dell keyboard from around the office. It's such a, I should really get a better keyboard. Probably something, but hopefully not something covered in disco lights that make my computer blue screen like JP.
It's not my keyboard.
And yes, we are using very modern C++ because, you know, we started this project in 2013. Why would you start with anything older than, you know, you should at least use C++ 11 in 2013. And I just realized that my password was on the auto login, so I'm going to change my password right now.
try not to get
So here is cube. I'm going to unlock the daytime so that it moves. Maybe.
Anyways, so we did that. Now we just tell the pastor that we updated something.
In Twitch stream still the code.
What?
You're still in the code.
Okay. Twitch is not showing that. All right. I'll get it real quick.
Yeah, send the build update message. That just doesn't look for it.
So run the game with no server. And here we are coming up.
That makes a lot of sense. Change the caption.
So now I'll unlock the daytime to let life move. And you can see it. All the shadows moved really quickly. And they're going to stay nice and stable for a little bit instead of shimmering, and then in another couple seconds they'll move. Tick, 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 tick. So actually I think that looks a little long, so I'm going to come back over here to the code, and what was my magic variable that I forgot to set? Sun and Turk time. So I think that should move a little faster. So I'm going to set that to 1 second instead of 2 seconds.
Is that how it works? Yeah, it got put into a different file, and you said, hey, it's put into a different file. It's now a different file. They already had it. You're just putting it.
So now we wait, and it should move in only 1 second. Yep. You know, minimize the amount of time that we are shimmery.
So fast.
But
So they pointed it to different
I do feel like it moves too far
Well,
every time, so I'm going to come over here and so we have this error is less than 0.995. Let's up that to 0.998.
We're going to use all the hazard assets at the time of that push. Yes. That's why it didn't deal with download.
That seems like not a lot, but a very small difference in angle can make a very big difference in where shadows are on the ground, especially when you have a giant mountain range or something. And because we have a third-person camera, we build our world big, really big.
You just slid the wall out. Is that all you did was move them? You could have at least moved them down out of the terrain.
You just slid them over.
And we'll have a new build up in a second, which will probably look a lot better.
This job is so fun. That's cool. They're a little staging classes.
My personal philosophy on auto is, since we're talking C++ over in the chat, is that we don't want to, when it's really obvious what the type is, like you have a static cast on the other side of the equal sign, or you are assigning from an interpol or an iterator is like huge amounts of typing. Okay, so we're back. Unlock the daytime. everything moves really fast. Now we should get much smaller motions. But more frequent. And I'm going to actually speed that up a little bit. Oops. Shift enter.
Oh, thank God.
What?
Now it moves only 1 second.
Andrew didn't test the flow.
What did I do, JB?
Well, Delio says it should be 0.998F, not 0.998. You have a double there. It's a float. The comparison.
Just for you. So, I'm going to let you in on something I learned very early on in my programming career, when I was like, you know, fresh out of various things, and I had this job of porting Half-Life 1 to the Mac. The first time, which didn't actually take for reasons that weren't really my fault. It's just some business things happened. But, you know, there I was, like, basically taking apart their engine, which was derived from the Quake 2 engine, and I kept seeing all of this code that just, I was like, this code's not that good. It's sloppy, it could be tuned so much tighter and better, and like, is John Carmack really that smart? And then, as I took it farther apart, I realized that there was, you know, maybe 5% of the code that actually really, really mattered. And that 5% was perfect. And all the rest of the code, what mattered the most was not optimizing it flawlessly, just that he got it working sooner and shipped it sooner. And, you know, the real genius of people like Carmack is not that he's always writes the world's most perfect code. It's that he knows exactly where to spend the time on writing perfect code. More so, and that makes more of a difference to shipping actual products than getting every detail flawless. So, that was my lesson early on. And that's why I didn't write the goddamn F on that floating point constant.
Wow.
But yeah, I do agree that with the steps, especially when we're, you know, kind of close to the edge, it is moving too far. Let's see. Just kind of watching this. I'm going to actually make these console constants myself. So I'm making it 999, and I'm going to come down here and put these little constants in so everything is so that when I send this in a code review, Tim won't send it back to me for putting constants in the code. Even though Carmack probably would, at least in 1997. And let's see how it looks with these. Hopefully good. So my answer to CSAJB, all this Carmack talk and these enabled warnings as errors on the compiler, I'm allowed to do that.
do as I say.
You came here fresh out of Full Sail, you get warnings as errors. Like I kid, but we do have some very talented but also very young people, and if the compiler doesn't hurt them, I will have to. So, ooh, Tyler just changed the world, I think. I just got a loading error right as I was logging in, and Tyler is messing with the world.
I think we're done messing with it. Oh, yeah.
Let's get back in here and say,
Yeah, so a lot of work on updating the blocks. That worked. So that way they try to figure that out.
Did you guys get the shit copied over to Wormling to open up the...
Wormling's fine.
I think we're getting better.
Yes.
So you
He
should
doesn't
be
need
able
to
to
do anything for it.
No, he needs to put bots in.
Oh.
That's the whole reason I took that. Okay. Move those things.
And just for contrast, I'm going to log back into Wormling and have
So this is the better shadows?
have this side by side for comparison.
Well, yeah, there's going to be collision. Just enjoy it. It was real quick. I just moved those things out of the way. So this is the difference.
Yep, we're doing it side by side.
Are they pausing and then moving a little bit?
Yeah, as described. So this, you see everything's just sort of always constantly moving very slightly over here where we've got, and that's especially visible on the sides of things.
Side of a rock or something, you can see it.
I'm going to go out to the fort.
You're going to kill me for asking you this on the live stream, but what have we fixed? the
Okay.
flickering?
Yeah, we have to go to a place where...
Oh, a lot less the stair
So
setting.
you see this right
Yeah.
here, where I'm doing my mouse over that. You can see how it just does that little stair-step thing as it goes across. That's because the shadows are constantly in motion, and you see that shimmering on the edge. And then over here, what we've got is...
Like an update?
Yeah, the shadows stay in one place until they would have moved by a certain amount, and then all move at once. And so you don't get any shimmering as you're running around.
I'm assuming that's not the final goal. Or is it like a temporary thing for right now?
It's an improvement over what we've got.
Yeah, for annoying visual.
So we will... there's actually a secret command in the renderer. We don't have an actual this, Tyler?
No, I want to take it to tape. Well, I guess now you're not. It's not
Prepare to
gonna
have
move
your mind blown. This might actually crash.
now. You're just gonna make it. You just higher resolution.
So now we have super high res shadows.
With a grid in it.
Yeah, there's some filtering issues. I can fix that.
Why would you think that would crash?
I don't know. I hadn't actually used that command in a while.
I like those shadows better. Let's leave them like that.
It is 4
I'm
times.
basically the Ben of art.
It is 4 times the texture memory.
Oh, it was only using a 512?
I was using
Or
a
it was
1024.
Too bad you can't do a 1024 by 2048. And just use a little bit more.
No, it has to be a square.
Yeah.
Tyler,
Math
Tyler
and
wants
stuff.
things. Tyler always wants things.
Not too often.
Not as bad as Ben.
Yeah, Ben's the winner on that.
I like things.
Then is my ray of sunshine.
Hey, here's the new thing we gave you. That's great.
Yeah.
I also want this.
Ben's like, great. When am I gonna get this?
Yeah. That's great, but what about these
When are the wolves gonna come out of it?
One of the what?
When are the wolves gonna
The
come
wolves
out
gonna
of
come
the
out, yeah.
shadows?
Yeah, Andrew, can you make the wolves spawn out of the shadows?
Wow, look at that.
He quadrupled the
Oh,
density of the shadow.
You just throw memory at it, that's fine.
Yeah, just throw memory at it.
Cross changed my duck flames.
Yes, shadow map res.
How so?
Yeah, they're like all flamey now. It's like lower temperature.
So that also greatly improves the
Yeah, it's less
shimmeriness.
blowtorch.
We will have options someday.
Holding Fire.
There.
The duck welding torch.
Yes, exactly.
That will make things less shimmery, but
Yeah,
there is
of
kind of a
course.
double image because it's only filtering it by a constant factor, which should be edited, hasn't been edited, will get edited. But in the short term, even with 1024, I like this a lot better because it's not
Where are they?
all the time. But I am going to play with
But they're making progress.
Maybe I should just look at the whole thing.
some inter. What was it?
But it's not.
I figured it
like
would.
they're getting,
I figured
yeah,
2 exits would be enough.
They're getting stuck on like the balls and stuff as well.
Sky entity.
There's one.
No. I'm running over to the spawn points of Vikings to see if I can lead a few of them.
How would you lead a few more?
Because that's one of the reasons for some killer nodes. They actually.
I still feel like it moves too far, so I'm going to turn that down. There.
Which one are you going for? The Viking one?
I'm going to the Viking one, yeah.
So now it'll do it twice as often for half as far. Yeah, watch that sun come up. This is kind of the worst case for it at dusk and dawn. Wow, that was big. So I might say even higher, but also slow down the... and that's the kind of thing where you see this giant mountain and a tiny bit of change in the sun position is a very big change in the position of the shadows. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be the guy who just edits people's stuff behind their back. And open up the editor. And let's see, get my editor showing up nicely in Twitch. This is the secret Unchained editor. We gave it that name so it'd be totally confusing with Unreal Ed. So I'm going to open up my zone editor and just pick a zone. Rather, actually go to my celestial body, default planet sun. Why does edit not work on this? Alright, I know where I can edit it. Sky editor here. So default planet sun, inclination 23.4 degrees, etc., etc. But on this planet, the sidereal day is set to 600, which is a 24-hour cycle that is only 10 minutes. And here, let's zoom in more on that.
Yes.
So here I am editing the sky, and I'm going to change this to, what's a good day? Someone refresh my memory. There was this other game that had, Corey's the one who actually made the editor for the sky. I wrote the sky systems, Corey set up the data in the editor. Anyway, can anyone there's some other Camelot game that, does anyone remember what their daytime was? I think it was about 3 hours, maybe. Maybe? So, I'm going to say, using my trusty Windows calculator, let's say we are going to have a day of 90 minutes. So 90 times 60, yeah, 5,400. And then click save, and things will get built. And I don't think skies actually reload on the fly, so. So load this up now, get my game back. So do we have the ability to do different day than night cycle? We do actually, sort of in a weird way, because we have an actual, just a simulation of seasons. So it follows the real seasons, and not long ago I said, screw it, we're locking it to the solstice.
Let's see what I can do with that. Let's see how it goes.
So, also there's a little bit of a fudge factor, which just takes all the lights and pulls them towards the zenith of the sky, so that, you know, at times your sun and moon will, you know, even when the moon is supposed to be directly opposite the sun, they'll be like this. So, anyway, we have our unlock the daytime. We'll go somewhere, and things should stay very stable for a little bit. Now, and I don't get the sense that we loaded the new sky. Back to the editor. I edited the wrong thing. I don't do a lot of editing of the actual sky data. And I clicked the wrong save button, that's why. We have a UI designer on staff. He's an awesome graphic designer. You see some of his work in the game. He doesn't actually design the editor. The programmers design the UI in the editor. So yes, I'm going to click this save button, not the other save button.
Love you, Paul.
Hey.
That was, I think that was Corey. Corey gets the credit for that, our cutting edge UI.
Which UI?
The Sky Editor UI.
Oh, I didn't do all of it. There was some fancier stuff that got added later.
Should make the OK button move whenever it's not okay.
So this actually should take a very long time between updates, assuming that edit took. Just better close this and reopen it in the editor to make sure that it took.
No, this is, I'm just honestly surprised it's not. Look, lunch.
Let's make sure I'm getting the right day length out of here. Set planet internal. Yep, that is 5400. Might have just been a little lag on propagating that to the client. So this should hang out in a very stable way for a very long time. Yeah, so that's actually taking. So now we have a 90-minute day with very tiny adjustments. So I'm going to set the sun in threshold up to much, much tighter, and now it's going to be making lots of tiny motions. And I think I'm finally really happy with this. Slowing down the day helped. 10-minute day was never really the intention anyway. So I'm going to lock in the interp threshold value by adding that extra 9. When in doubt, add 9s. Nothing sells, nothing sells web services like more 9s.
Nine realms confirmed.
Yeah. Oh yeah? You have 5 9s uptime? We have 8 9s uptime.
Damn!
And you can just, sell people on that without actually without actually having ever proved that you did. It's beautiful. So normally we have a code review process. I'm just going to give everything one last look over here, but I think in terms of actual review, if a whole bunch of people on Twitch yelled at me about missing Fs, then that counts as a code review. So, hey, I did something. Ended up doing something graphical, which I said I wasn't going to do today, but we got really lucky with the network bug.
Well, if there's anyone who doesn't have headphones on. So, we have had no repros, no problems.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't want to bother you during your stream.
No, it's, I'm basically hanging out,
Okay,
I found a graphics bug to fix because that was something to look at.
Okay, so
because I was just waiting for anyone to say, hey, it's still happened, and so far no one has said it's still happening.
Oh.
So, I'm going to jump onto Wormling one last time and confirm that I myself can log in. 422 online. Corey, how many bots do we have right now?
Right now we have 320.
Okay, so there's about 100 real players plus 320 bots.
How stressed out are the proxy service, Corey?
They're starting to feel it, but it's not crushing them.
Define starting to feel it.
Like they're at about 80 to 90%. Oh wait, that might be wrong.
But you attached to a debugger?
No, not. It went down. Now it's like 40%.
And what do you say about stressing them out some more if all goes well? That's this weekend? Can we
Sure.
find somebody? Need somebody to watch the service that is not only me.
Somebody to watch the servers that's what?
I'll be around.
Who's not me?
Yeah. Corey's volunteering.
Volunteering.
Corey's
Thank you, Corey.
You're welcome.
All right, so yeah, Andrew, tell the folks we're going to try to stress the server as much as it can handle. So if we don't get a repro, and if we don't get a repro, let's open up the service for a weekend alpha test.
All weekend or?
I think certainly all day at least.
Okay.
And maybe 24 hours worth of testing.
So,
Get all those time zones in there.
so yeah, if you didn't hear Mark just now, we are just going to, since things went really, really well, we're just going to leave the servers up for, we're going to do at least an all-day, possibly an all-weekend test, and keep things going.
So no sleep for you, Corey.
You are volunteered.
You volunteered, right?
Don't worry,
Oh, okay.
Mark actually said the words, Corey, you may sleep.
Yeah,
For an hour. Except for an hour.
Oh god! Now I just sit here and look at that tree shimmering, and it just hurts my soul because I know that it doesn't do that over on Wormling or over on Hatchery.
Bring in some more bots, Corey. Let's stress them out.
I'm gonna put on the Corey cam. I'm gonna watch as Corey sends bots into the world.
Not like it would hurt anything to push that code up, because Wormling right now is whatever Hatchery was like yesterday.
Did Tyler also did you rearrange things on Hatchery to let the bots out?
Yeah.
Yes.
They copied that and changed over to one line.
Okay.
Yep.
There's little holes in the course now.
So they should be running around trying to kill each other.
Okay, good.
Well, that's if they
Yay.
can get over the mountains and stuff.
Yeah, that's the only problem is they're kind of all far apart. Throw 800 more in there.
We need to give them.
I won't be
CSC
happy until
powers
there's
so that
over
them
9,000.
spawn
Well, the problem is they won't.
random control points.
They need
whenever
to
they
find.
want.
They need to find an opponent because then they'll chase them.
Yes. Well, what I'm saying is we give them CSE powers and let them spawn it like random locations around the map. So instead of them all just exploding in at all the three spawn
I'd love to
points,
do
they
that.
just kind of going everywhere.
I'd love to do that.
We have teleport.
That'd be like the chaos button.
Yeah, right? Wouldn't be cool. CSE power bots.
Why are you holding? You're just
Apparently,
everybody
we're on
Yeah.
camera.
You're on camera. This is the CSE show.
Dance us, monkey.
The fact is, the thing we've seen over and over and over. Oh God. We're not the thing we have seen over and over and over is that streaming equals backers. So, my intention is to stream lots and lots of streaming going forwards throughout the rest of the year as we count down to actually launching things. And so you'll be seeing a lot more of me, and a lot more of me just like taking my little Logitech webcam and pointing it at JB and Corey. So get used to it, and you don't have to watch if it's boring.
I was standing here the other day. I thought you were just. I was standing here the other day. And I was like,
So Slick's comment about when you slow down, when you slow the daytime cycle down, it won't shimmer. That's not actually true. It was like there's a shimmer anytime there's any change at all. So the fact that there's constant changing is what drives the shimmering. So just making it shimmer, or making it not move every single frame to kind of patch it up into little things, that solves the problem. Grumman?
Weighs less than a baby. You want to go get it? It's. You can if you want. No.
Catastrophe! Catastrophe! Or maybe not. Maybe this is a... There is another known bug where you can fall through the world, but there's a physics doesn't get turned on quite in time and you can fall through the world, or you know, which may or may not be the same one. I'm optimistic that this is not the same bug that we've had. But
Ask them if their terrain is green and the background's blue.
yeah, the basic question for Grumman is, what color is like? Do you have a background that is a color other than gray? If it's, you know, a sky color, then like, if it's kind of, you know, any of the sky colors, then this is not the gray world bug. If it's, you know, if it is just a solid gray, then my day has been disappointment. Yeah, Serious Andrew are serious.
Was he able to send you a screenshot yet?
No, I'm still waiting on the screenshot. Or maybe he's sent it, it's just not delivered yet.
Andrew,
Yes.
could you give the stream over to somebody for a moment, please?
Sure. Who wants it? Michelle is not at her desk.
Somebody talk to the guys.
Oh,
Take Andrew's.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, Andrew, just come here.
All right.
I just truly
Hang out.
30
Yeah,
seconds.
you guys.
Play the game or something.
Secret conversation, Mark. Yep.
What up? I can be as Andrew, and I can either go around and
You're
die a
stunned,
lot
Andrew.
and ruin his stats, which we're not recording right now. Hey, look, there's bots over here, all stuck in a hole. See, we need to make bots know how to unstuck themselves. Yeah, they're very much in trouble. They're stuck in there. Stuck in there pretty hard. like a Swedish pickup.
It's poor bots.
Alright.
Yeah, they're healing. They know what they're doing. Just kill them.
We don't have the kill commanded yet.
Yeah.
A few of them are off around randomly doing things. Let's
Damage and fire.
he's a big blue beef guy. He can't really kill himself to cheat and get in the center. Let's do that real quick.
But it'll take them some time to get there.
He doesn't have any other characters. We'll make a new one. You can see character creation, which was displayed in the video. Stats don't do anything yet, so I can just do this.
The mods? There was some stuff in the credits.
I'm fake Andrew here. Alright. Change all his floats to ints. Things would not work very well at all.
Should we change his background?
We could change his background, like Rickroll it. Let's see here. What are we gonna change it to?
Last time we did that.
That's awesome. That's what happened.
And we got stuck with Nikki. What's his face? Where it's like,
Yeah.
was one of those?
I need a photo. Where's that? Oh, wait, what was that backer photo with the frost giant? Was that Oak or Guinness or?
That's a good question.
Let's look at our newsletters here. Do we have our newsletters on our website, like somewhere? News. We're just looking through the through our internets for our newsletters. Oh, wait, no. Oh, there goes the fun.
Sorry, JB. We're back.
He's back.
Keep on.
Okay. We'll keep doing this right now. Alright. His chair is sinking. I'm sinking.
Peter's chair does not support for JB.
Alright. No, we don't have like our newsletters on the main website, do we?
No.
Maybe it's under like... It's gonna be on the forums. Somebody send it to me.
However, we have, say, 500 NPCs running around. They all have to navigate the world. They can start getting
Looks like Andrew has mail on the forum. Somebody send him a message. Alright.
just so you know. On Straight I am happy.
The forum archive.
The killer of performance that I have understood for all of the
Alright. Newsletters,
Yep.
newsletters. Which number was it?
It was,
Number 7?
yeah, 7.
Was it 7?
Yeah, number 7.
Okay. Here we go.
I got it.
Scrolling down.
It's
We're gonna get it here. I don't know if people can see this if I put it over there. No, they can't see it. Alright. There we go. What? How can I not what? Guys, abort. Hey, we're gonna have to. Nothing. We didn't do anything at all. We're just working over here. There's nothing I can do. What's that?
The camera was perfect.
That's the goal.
No, you missed nothing.
Well, if you want, you can.
Wow, we sent this to people.
You may want to, show your desktop or something.
Oh, let's see what we were laughing at.
Since you have all your windows maximized, it.
I didn't show on Twitch. Oh. Thanks, Mike. You're not going to get that here.
Last time someone did that to me, I changed my screensaver to this wonderful GIF of David Hasselhoff.
Did you see the new Hasselhoff, by the way?
The new
This
Hasselhoff?
new video that came out
Yeah.
yesterday from Fury.
Yeah.
Kung Fury.
It's amazing.